Okay, so continuing on, you may have noticed in the upper left hand corner over here there is a tool that looks like a crosshair. Now this is a GPS locator, so if you have a cellular smartphone device or a tablet that has service, you can use this function and it will zoom you into your exact location, uh, down to within a few meters. Now if you click this and you're on a desktop, you'll get this kind of error, and so this just zooms me to my general location, and as you can see, it is a very large distance and not really accurate at all. But like I said, if you're using a cellular device or tablet with a GPS locator, it will zoom you to within a couple meters. Now, unfortunately as well, this is one of those times you have to refresh the page. And so while we wait for this to load, okay, I'll go over some of these tools now that you also may have noticed in the quick E9-1-1 tools in the orange toolbox here. So let's go over a few of them. The first being find XY coordinates. So if you do have XY coordinates, you can simply just input them in and it will bring you to that location on the map. So what I'm going to do is you have to choose your format. In my case, I choose decimal degrees. You then hit locate, type in your coordinates, and then hit go. And so when you hit go, it will then zoom you to the locations of where those coordinates were that you just put in. And you'll notice a quick tip with the coordinates that you just put in as well at the point in which you had collected your GPS points. Now, you can also do this by clicking on the map to generate GPS points. So to do that, you hit the show XY coordinates, and when you do that, you just click on the map anywhere and it will give you the coordinates. Now you may notice that there are a lot of digits here and it's really only accurate to the 4th or 5th decimal place. Now with this as well, it's set as default as decimal degrees, so if you pick a coordinate point and then try to import it in later, you have to choose decimal degrees as the coordinates you want to enter. And let's see, the third tool here that I haven't gone over yet is the external map links. And so what you see here is some text to click on the map, and so let's click on the map and you'll notice a little maroon or red dot, and this is a GPS point in which if you click on Google or Bing Maps will bring you to that exact point on their website. In this case I'm not going to do that, so let's close out of that. And let's go over the next tool, which is to create a printable map. And depending on your firewall settings, this may or may not work, but you just need to allow access in your firewall settings. So in this case I'll choose 200 resolution, and I want to keep the current scale, and I'll use a PDF as well, and unfortunately we only have it 8.5 by 11 so far. So when I hit print, I've already allowed access, and so I will get a separate tab on my web browser with that PDF and all the specs that I just put in. So here it is, and it'll give you the scale bar, and it will have all the Vermont official symbols. So let's close that, and unfortunately this is one of those times in where you have to refresh the page, and we are aware of that is a bug we are trying to get fixed here soon. And finally, the last tool is the report a map error tool. So before I go over that, let me go to an address. And let's say that theoretically this 100 State Street is wrong and should be 94 State Street, or 96, let's say, because there's already a 94. Let's say it's supposed to be 96 and that it is also an apartment building and not a commercial building. So let's report this error. And why am I filing this report? You choose the one that you desire, so I say incorrect address, and let's say 100 State Street is supposed to be 96 State and is also complex. And this contact information is optional, however, it does make this process go easier, and we do respond to you as well. And the last part is to report this location with a GPS point, and it will tie this error that you're filing with a GPS point. So to do that, you simply click yes, scroll down a little bit, hit the OK, and then click on the map, and it will ask you for confirmation, and you say yes, and it will send us an email, and we'll hopefully respond to you within that week. And with that, that sums up the quick E9-1-1 toolbox feature. Alright, so let's go over the last feature here on our display, and that's located in the upper right hand corner with the screwdriver and the wrench. And this will bring down a tab from the top, and there are 3 tabs here: a getting around tab, a task tab, and an analysis tab. The getting around tab is for panning around, zooming in and out, as well as being able to go back to the home page. Now the task tab, when you click on this, you'll see there's a few options here, and primarily this is used for drawing tools on the viewer. And anytime you do a drawing, they will not save if you close out of the viewer, but they will be printed if you use the print map function to the left. So let's say theoretically I have a driveway right over here, and let's draw it in, and we'll add the point for the corresponding new building. And so let's say that that's a new address, and I wanted to report that. So you can report this issue if you have the PDF. So if you print that, you will notice that those drawings are still on the printed map. Now likewise, if you don't like your drawings, you simply just hit clear all drawings, or you can just refresh the page and it will get rid of your sketches. And then the final tab is the analysis tab, and you can use that to identify any of our data simply by using any of these tools. And it will have all the data in our database related to those particular points that you selected. Alright, so let's do a couple examples here. In this case, I want to use the rectangle identify tool right here. So if you select this, you note that it is highlighted, and to be able to pan on the map again, you simply just check it again and it will be unhighlighted, and then you're free to pan on the map. But for my example, I'll highlight it and simply click and hold your selection on the map, and you'll notice that the left hand tab is now populated with the following of addresses followed by landmarks, and then roads, driveways, and then footprints. So in this case, let me select a point. It will zoom me over to that location. As well, you'll notice in the left-hand tab all the data related to that point in our database. And if you scroll all the way down, you can notice a few things. For example, an update date, which that's the last time that anyone here at our office has updated this point, either by moving it or received any changes in addresses, or just it was touched in some way, shape, or form. And you'll notice right above that is the GPS points for where that point is currently located as well. Now let me go back by using the back arrow over here and do the same thing and select a road. Now this is a road segment, so road segments are from intersection to intersection, and you may have noticed back there that there was a lot of roads selected for State Street, and each one of those is a road segment. So in this case, I just happen to choose this one from the intersection of Governor Davis Ave and Elm Street. And so doing that same scrolling down, you can see all the information in regards to this road. Now, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see right here the geoname ID. This geoname ID is unique for each individual road, not road segment, but each individual road for each town. And this number is never ever going to change in our database, which can be quite helpful for your tax records or your parcel records, for example. As well, if you scroll down, you'll notice that we do have a map year and update date at the top as well for when it was added to the map, in this case January 18th of 2012. So with that pretty much sums up the analysis tools, and be sure to follow up with us or your town coordinator if you have any questions or any addressing issues.